In the first course, you learn how to use TensorFlow to implement a basic neural network, going up all the way to a basic convolutional neural network. In this second course, you go much further. In the first week, you take the ideas you've learned and apply them to a much bigger data set of cats versus dogs on
Yeah.
Kaggle.
Yeah, so we take the full Kaggle data set of 25,000 cats versus dogs images. In the last module, we looked at horses and humans, which was about 1,000 images. So we want to take a look at what it's like to train a much larger data set. And that was like a data science challenge not that long ago. And now we're going to be learning that here, which I think is really cool.
Yeah, and in fact, with substantially similar ideas as their previous course, and apply it to a much bigger data set,
Yeah.
and hopefully get great results.
Yeah, we're hoping for good results. Let's see what the students get as they do some of the assignments with it as well. And one of the things that working with a larger data set then helps with is overfitting. Right, so with a smaller data set, you're at great risk of overfitting. With a larger data set, then you have less risk of overfitting, but overfitting can still happen.
Very cool. And then in week 2, you learn another method for dealing with overfitting, which is that TensorFlow provides very easy to use tools for data augmentation, where you can, for example, take a picture of a cat, and if you take the mirror image of the picture of a cat, it still looks like a cat. So why not do that and throw that into the training set?
Exactly, and or for example, like you might only have upright pictures of cats, but if the cat's lying down or it's on its side, then one of the things you can do is rotate the image, right? So it's like part of the image augmentation is rotation, skewing, flipping, moving it around the frame, those kind of things. And one of the things I find really neat about it is, particularly if you're using a large data set and a large public data set, is then you flow all the images off directly and the augmentation happens as it's flowing. So you're not editing the images themselves directly. You're not changing the data set. It all just happens in memory.
Right, and this is all done as part of TensorFlow's image generation library that they'll
Exactly.
learn about in the second week.
Yep, yep. So then to one of the other strategy, of course, for avoiding overfitting is to use existing models, right? And to have transfer learning.
Yeah, so almost, I don't think anyone has as much data as they wish for the problems we really care about. So transfer learning lets you download a neural network that maybe someone else has trained on 1 million images or even more than 1 million images. So take an inception network that someone else has trained, download those parameters and use that to bootstrap your own learning process, maybe with a smaller data set.
Exactly, and like that has been able to spot features that you may not have been able to spot in your data set. So why not be able to take advantage of that and speed up training yours? Which I find that I particularly find that one interesting as you move forward, that to be able to build off of other people's work. The open nature of the AI community I find is really exciting, and that allows you to really take advantage of that and be a part of the community.
Yeah. Standing on the shoulders of giants. And I use transfer learning all the time. So TensorFlow lets you do that easily, especially open source. And then finally, in the fourth week, multi-class learning. Rather than doing 2 classes like horses versus humans or cats versus dogs, what if you have more than 2 classes, like classify rock, paper, scissors, that would be 3 classes, or Inception would be 1,000 classes.
Yeah. So the techniques of moving from 2 to more than 2, be it 3 or be it 1,000, are very, very similar. So we're going to look at those techniques and we'll look at the code for that. So, and we have a rock, paper, scissors example that you're going to be able to build off of.
So in this second course, you take what you learned in the first course, but go much, much, much deeper. And one last fun thing, Lawrence had seen this coffee mug in the AI for Everyone course, and he asked me to bring it. So
I love that course, so thank you so much. It's a great course because it's got everything for people who are beginning, even people who are non-technical, all the way down to all the way up to experts. And so thank you for the mug. But is it okay if I say I spotted a sports car in the course as well? Would you bring that?
Yeah, I don't have one of those to bring to you. Yeah. So I'm really excited about this course. Please go ahead and dive into the first of the materials for week 1.